Hello there. It's just me today because I wanted to get in some Shadowmoor drafts because it's Shadowmoor, one of my favorite sets. I know Eternal Masters, like, they're trying to tell me to play Eternal Masters with this card that you literally don't want to have in Eternal Masters. I don't know what King Brago's doing in Eternal Masters, but that's cool. You know, but no, that's for later. Today is all about Shadowmoor and battling the Ducklet. Hi, President Arc. Hi, Poison Striker. Yeah. So for those familiar, hope you get to enjoy some Shadowmoor. This is this is an interesting set. Um, for those unfamiliar, this is an interesting set. Uh, After Lorwyn and Morningtide, the following sets, rather than being the third set in the block, was a second two set block. Um, so whereas Lorwyn and Morningtide were tribal sets, Shadowmoor and Eventide are still have the same tribes. It's the same world, but flipped upside down. So all the tribes are there, but none of the tribal components exist. Instead, we have like color as a thing, and also but hybrid is the main mechanic. We also have untap as a mechanic, which is really strange on a number of cards. Hopefully, we'll get to like see Pilla. Um, yeah, it's like I don't know if it's even more evil. It's just dark. So the plot of Lore and Shadowmoor is oh god, I actually don't know how well I can explain the plot of the two because the stories that were put out for Lorwyn through Shadowmoor were basically like kind of like fairy tale sort of adventures, and so there really isn't an overarching plot between them. The only real plot is that Una exists and is somehow involved with the whatever. I'm okay. Well, it's good to hear that people are able to get in and see things. I've heard that Nullspine Invocation was removed from the packs because it causes a game-ending bug if used, which both is strange and really sucks because Nullspine Invocation is an incredibly powerful red rare that you really want. Um, so yeah, it's a bit sad that one of the best like red bombs is kind of gone. But yeah, she did that because yeah. Again, the plot for Lauren Morningtide, Shadowmoor, Eventide was quite literally just like short stories about some of the characters, and none of them felt. This is all like misremembered from 7 years ago. Uh, like there was one about Ashling, there was one about Gedok Teague, there was one about Doran. They might have all been the same one. I don't know. Um, this was at a time period where Wizards tried to change how they were doing plot for their sets, and it culminated in the next block, Shards, having a still having, like, going back to the novel format that they just, like, sort of. Kolfner has plans. That's all Kolfner has. Kolfner has some plans that say, like, fake draw 7, you never draw a card for the rest of the game. It's like, I've seen people play it in a deck that played Maelstrom Pulse. There's also a Kolfner card in... I think Kolfner... Does Kolfner get a card in Eventide? Who's the... There's a hybrid tree folk that's, like, indestructible in Eventide, whose name I forget. I don't think that's Kolfner, but it's a black-green... It's like black-green 3 for a 2/5... indestructible, deals damage to your opponent. Sapling of Kolfner. Okay, that's it. So yeah, we have to wait a little while. Apparently Shadowmoor isn't the most popular of... Yes! I'm glad I was dead on the... Yeah. Kolfner, she's... Like, Sapling and Kolfner is her card. I mean, it's a legend. It's just... I don't know. I shrug. Ashling has 2 cards. Ashling has the mono red Ashling that blows up and the black Ashling that edicts. Congratulations, you got it right there. Yeah, I would agree that that's likely what's happening. I plan on doing some Eternal Masters, but just I have a little more time for that. Shadowmoor I don't. Shadowmoor I just have until Wednesday, so you know. We need to pull up you modern. I want Shadowmoor. Okay, all these should be shown in... Oh. And of course, Fulminator Mage is the card to open. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at a triple Morrowind. Yeah, I'm looking at the set right now to see if see what has value, and also talking to friends to see if they wanted to join, but they are unable to. So busy weekend for people. Yeah, Fulminator Mage, Prismatic Omen, Reflecting Pool, Fracturing Gust, Kitchen Finks. Couple of the duels, Mystic Gate, Sunken Ruins. But hopefully we open something like Oversoul of Dusk or a rare that is one of those 5, or nothing. There could be no cards in our pack, and we might not get... Okay, I saw the Enchanted Evening, and I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks. That's not really a very useful rare, but below the cut we have Woe Leecher. Ghastlord of Fugue is part of a cycle. Ghastlord of Fugue is part of the Avatar cycle. These are cards that are 5 hybrid mana in mana cost. Ghastlord of Fugue, Oversoul of Dusk, Deus of Calamity, Godhead of Awe, and what am I missing? Demigod of Revenge. They each have a common aura that is meant for them. Both meant for them, like as in works very well with them, but and is also meant for their hybrid colors. This set has 5 different hybrid color combinations. The allied colored ones: white, blue, blue, black, black, red, red, green, green, white. Full of Ideas is a reprint for Ravnica that does indeed say, like, if you are in mono blue, draw 6 cards. Steel of the Godhead being the strongest one, maybe? Shrug? Anyway, the way I like to play this format, and the way I'm going to try to, is to go mono-colored. I don't know, the helm isn't actually that strong. But to go mono-colored, because I really, really think that mono-colored is the easiest, the best way to play this format. This set does have giant baiting. I mean, Steel the Godhead, I don't think I disagree with you on Steel the Godhead being the best, but the Oversoul one is also incredible. Like, the Indestructible on it is really good. I don't think there's a case to really be made for the others. Helm of the Ghastlord here gives +2/+2, and draws a card and discards a card. I think I'm going with the Graveguild Duo because that fits with the card I've already picked. Graveguild Duo's okay. Fear isn't as good in this format. Wound Reflection would be a nifty pick. Like if I wanted to do something spicy. Like, aha, you know, I got the... like, I play Ghastlord, and then next turn I hit you with the Ghastlord. Okay, I'm feeling really... Ooh, there's also an Aether Toe here. And... Wheel Sun and Moon is on my list of cards that are worth value at about 3 tickets, but I don't think that's enough for me. Could be, but shrug. Inkfathom Witch is pretty dang powerful. Aether Toe is also really dang powerful. There's a couple other cards in here that I'd be happy with. Yeah, I'm aware that the wheel is worth something. It's on. I have a list open just so because I would like to have that information. Certainly isn't worth doing right now though. I don't like Ink Fathom Witch because I don't like committing flat to the 2-color plan. But on the other hand, it's very powerful. You know, I'm just gonna try the blue-black commitment. Yeah, the Witch was reprinted in the Ninja Plane Chase deck for good reason. Fits very, very well in there. Ooh, this is a kind of a... There's giant baiting you're talking about. Makes a 4/4 haster. Okay, so Conspire is a keyword in this set. Like, when you cast this spell, you can tap 2 creatures that share a color with the spell to copy it. You can only do that once. It's pretty dang good with a lot of these, with like, giant baiting specifically. I think the Barrington Craigheads is probably the best card here. Like, Corrosive Mentor, actually. But actually, I'm gonna go with Corrosive Mentor now that I think about it. Handing off Wither sounds fine. One of the things about this set, and the reason I named this stream Hill Giant Tribal, is there's a common cycle of these Craigheads that are like 2 colors and then can't be blocked by a color of creature. Like, Hill Giants are all over the dang place. Sickle Ripper. Yeah, so Marrow Grimeblotter is like looks all right, except for the fact that it's a 4-mana 2/2 that isn't named Murderous Redcap in this set, so a bit weak. Torture would also be a decent pick here. Like, it's an okay question mark removal spell. I also like Slinking Giant. Wither is a mechanic in this set. You deal damage to creatures in -1/-1 counters. When I see a persist creature, I'll also tell you. But that means, like, this Rust Razor Butcher, if it's fighting a Grizzly Bear, it deals with its 1 damage, gives it a -1/-1 counter, and then like the Grizzly Bear hits back for 1 and this lives, which is like Wither's a cool mechanic. Infect is fake Wither. Thank you very much. Okay. Not a lot going on in this pack. I might pick up the Elsewhere Flask. Cinderhaze Wretch is... If I pick up the Elsewhere Flask, I might... Like, if I'm already monocolor, but... So the Elsewhere Flask is designed to help out the uncommon cycle. The ones that make you want to have all the basic land type, like Flow of Ideas. Corrupt is the black one, which is incredibly powerful, which is a card I want to find if this is the deck we're doing. Harpoonist would also be a pick here. Wouldn't be a bad one. I'm not going to, but it wouldn't be a bad pick. Hey, Tatterkite, you're looking good. Tatterkite is a nice card. It's immune to creatures that have Wither. Just can't be damaged by them. Stoke Kindler is also a powerful card. Like, you know, 2-mana 1/1 isn't the greatest thing, but the haste handing off, like haste and Ghastlord a Fugue, would be a lot. But no, I like Tatterkite for both being an evasive creature and being immune to creatures with Wither, which is pretty decent. Like, there's a decent number of creatures with Wither in the set. There's also a lot of big old creatures. I'm going to need to find some ways around that. Cinderbones is a good Dave. Lurebound Scarecrow, huh? Turn to Mist, huh? I don't know if Lurebound Scarecrow is where I want to be. I also pick up a Wanderbrine Root Cutter. Turn to Mist. Like, Turn to Mist is good. Cohorts are good. My curve looks like it could handle Lurebound Scarecrow. Like... Yeah, let's try it. 3 on a 4/4. Sure. Watchwing Scarecrow also wouldn't be that bad. Torpor Dust isn't really that powerful. Hey, Wound Reflection comes back around. I will play this. This cohort is not very good. Disturbing Plot is fine. Torture coming back around is completely fine, I accept. More cohort isn't actually in here. Yeah, so... And right. And feature. Alright. So I need to find some Gloomlances, I need to find Corrupt, I need to find good black removal for this to function. I need to find, like, Fairy Macabre, I want things like that. I'm going to have to include, like, 2 islands in the deck for Inkfathom Witch to function, but Inkfathom Witch is a card I want to be able to support. Cemetery Puka... Ooh, Crowd of Cinders, you don't say. Power and toughness equal to the number of black permanents you control and fear. I think that's definitely better than Cemetery Puka. The Puka. Yeah, Fairy Macabre would be the other choice here, but I think with how black heavy we are, it's a very simple addition to just pick Crowd of Cinders here. So the final mechanic I haven't talked anything about is Persist. Persist is when creature dies if it didn't have a -1/-1 counter on it, comes back with a -1/-1 counter. So cards like this Scuzzback Marauder is really powerful because you get to attack with it. It has trample. It hits for 3, trades with a bite, bear, then comes back and does it again. But yeah, Crowd of Cinders or Fairy Macabre are the 2 that I care the most of out of here, and I'm thinking, like, so Fear is a weakened keyword in this set, because not only are there like a decently high number of Tripnos, Thistledown, do Oracle, frickin' Nectars. Oh boy, this is a card. I could pick up Curse of Chains. I don't know if I want to actually commit having some blue cards in the deck. But as I was saying, Fear is weakened in the set because, like, not only do we have hybrid cards, where, you know, you have multicolor, so we have more black cards, but we also have a higher concentration of artifact creatures. I don't know if I want Corrosive Mentor number 2. That's probably okay not to. I'm thinking Trip Noose, which is not the best, but it's just fine. Like, it's a little expensive for what it does, but it is a piece of removal. Like, I don't care too much for the, like, second Mentor is a little too much, because Wither isn't a huge addition to creatures. Trader's Roar is real. I don't know how, is it more real than, like, just picking some removal piece? No, I feel like I'm picking correctly on the Trip Noose. Like, I like about 3 or 4 other... There we go. Thank you. Oh, and also we get to see one of the best common flyers in, I was going to say recent history, but this ain't recent. We want the Smolder Initiate back. This is a good 1-drop. But Corrupt, this is the card I was looking for to make the deck function. Yeah, I don't have more words for it. It's just a card we want. Yeah, so Silkbind Fairy is a 1/3 flyer that untaps to tap target creature. Because necessary. Like, it's very hard to kill in combat because it can attack, and then before blockers tap the... tap. Yeah, this is basically extort. Half of it, at least. The half that matters. Hey, Menace. Yeah, look at that Menace on the Horde of Boggarts. Consigning to Dreams is good as well, and I'd be fine playing an Una's Gate Warden. There's Steel of the Godhead. Lo-Fi Infestation. How well can I work with you? I don't think very much. Safehold Delete in here as well. I don't think Lo-Fi Infestation works too well. Like, I have... Maybe I want the Suitstoker Kindler. The Suitstoke Kindler. The Gravegill Axe Shark. One of those two. Like, I'm not feeling either. They're both, like, passable at best. Like, this is a 2/2 for 2, and then for a 3/3 with Persist we get 5. Thought Reflection, yeah. I'll go with the Suitstoke Kindler, because I do want 1 copy of it in the deck. Exactly 1, no more. Wow, our colors are looking drained, which is not really what I was expecting, given how they were... how black was, like, decently open in pack 1. At least Scuttlemutt's still around. Scuttlemutt's one of my favorites. This is such a good role player. This does everything you want it to. But yeah, wow. Like, red's gone and black is basically gone from here. Wonder if that was the pack. I don't have a good feel for if it was or not. I don't know. I'm gonna pick the Scuttlemutt, and I think it's a bit late to change gears, especially changing into either white or green, because white and green don't have... we're not in Eventide yet, so we have no shared cards. So it would be a complete pivot. Okay. Hungry frickin' Spriggan, which is one of the most powerful attacking creatures. Probably just gonna pick up a Wanderbrine Root Cutters. Gonna pick up the Lock Corrigan as well, but that's like not... This is a 4-mana 1/1, like a 4-mana Shade, when I'd rather have a 3-mana Shade. Sinking Feeling has a pretty cool infinite with it. That involves a card from later. I disagree, Mighty Dictron. This is actually a pretty dang bad Shade. Like, if I had to rank this Shade next to every Shade that's been printed in the last, like... 7 years. I think this is like bottom 3. I realize I'm mono black, so it's fine, but dang, yeah, this is okay. I'm getting cut quite hard for what I'm trying. I'm gonna grab the Turn to Mist. It's at least playable. Okay, my colors are just gone. Damn. Don't want Pillapella. So Pillapella has some cool combos. Not infinites in this set, but cool combos. Yeah, Watchwing Scarecrow. Trader's Roar. Smolder. Hey, Smolder Initiate. I'm kind of happy to see. Nobody took a black card out of that pack. Actually, no, I probably might want the Elsewhere Flask. Again, I'm going to have to include at least 1 or 2 islands for the Ink Fathom Witch. The deck isn't looking that bad. I don't like the Scarecrow setup right now. I don't like the Watchwing in here. Yeah, okay. I mean, like... I feel like there's somebody on my right that's in black. Luckily, in pack 3, they're passing to... Like, it's passing the other way, so... No, I don't feel too bad, though, because this deck is, like... Again, the missing pieces, I don't have Gloom Lances, I don't have... I have 1 Corrupt. Like, I don't have... Jesus, that's not... These aren't real cards that should be coming around second to last pick and last pick. Like, that's, Oh, and here we are. Isleback Spawn, eh? Do I want to splash blue for a 7 mana 8/16 with Shroud? Probably. Like, compared to every other card in this pack. Like, Fire Spout's the other, is like the power card in the pack. River's Grasp is, fine, I suppose. Scuttlemutt. Oh, I'm certain that second part is correct, that a lot of the drafters at the table are new to the format. It's just that I'm hoping that there aren't too many people in black from what I saw in pack 1. What about Scarscale Ritual? I'm probably okay splashing this because I'm already on a blue splash for Ink Fathom Witch, and this is a pretty expensive card. And when it comes down, that second part about putting +4, +8 is always on. Like, always. So I'm willing to pick that. Hey, Cultbrand Cinder, here a card I want. Oh, hey, check out Roshin Meander with add diamond, 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 diamond to your mana pool. That's, that rules. Repel Intruders is like a decent. Mistmeadow Skulk is quite strong. This is a reprint from Future Sight. Or Future Sight is a reprint from this. However you want to, like, play it. I have a Love of Ember Gale. It's a falter that does a lot against the white-blue decks because, like, you have a lot of... Like, Mistmeadow Skulk's immune to it, but you have a lot of these 1/1 tokens, 1/1 spirit tokens and things. Love Roshin Meander, this is a good card, but Cultbrand Cinder is a fake Necrotol. I mean, fake as hell, like -1/-1, single -1/-1 counter, but a single -1/-1 counter is enough a lot of the time. Wow, damn. This isn't even like our colors are cut, it's just this pack was bad for us because the rare's gone, and there's a single common gone, so... Yeah, Donglo Invocation is the literal only card that works with Rasheen in the set. It's kind of funny how that functions. I'm a pick Cinderbones because there's nothing else I want. Even if I stretch into like blue, like no, like I don't want to splash Flow of Ideas. Prism Wake Marrow isn't that strong, and Parapet Watchers needs me to be a bit more committed to blue to even be usable outside of being Hill Giant. I could pick up Blight Sickle, but we already gained Wither from Corrosive Mentor. What's Purple Dot over Flow of Ideals? What purple dot? That's telling you your monitor has some issues. God Order Response, which is a pretty dang cool counterspell. Mist Meadow Witch. This is the king of Momir Basic. You get this down and the game ends. Puncture Bolt, good removal. Maybe just Chain Breaker? Or like, do I want another Hill Giant like Suitwalkers? I don't actually know if I want Chain Breaker. I think I want more like actual black creatures. Mana Forge Cinder isn't really useful. Yeah, the Mist of Witch rules because this is exile target creature. Yeah, Guttural Response was the best thing to do to a Cryptic Command in Standard. This fucking ruled when your opponent Cryptic Command and you went, Drah! Blow up the fish! Especially if you were like a deck that was doing like Tattermunch Maniac sort of things. Hey, Wing Rattle Scarecrow is pretty decent. This is a 2/2 flyer with Persist if we have a black and a blue card, which is a lot more likely than not. I'd probably want a Scale Ritual. Second Puncture Bolt. Could pick up a Gate Warden as well if I want an early drop. That's not bad. Yeah, there's our X. So whoever picked up Rasheen. Yes, we are. We have the Fugue. It's foil. We're finished. This is a bit unexpected. I expected when Pack 2 was getting cut, I expected that Pack 3 would at least turn. But freaking hell, okay. Maybe it's just the card quality of the packs. Anyway, here's another part of that infinite I was talking about with Morsel Hoarder. You can get mana by removing 1/1 counters, then you can pay mana to put -1/-1 counters on it. Manamorphose, this is a pretty stellar card. It sees play in a lot of combo decks in Modern. Maybe further back. I'm not... looks like I can pick up a Helm. Hey, Flourishing Defenses. This is a good This is a good spider, by the way. This one's really nice. I'm gonna pick up a Helm. There's no evasion on the Helm, which is sad. But that's okay. I'm gonna keep stealing like safe hold duos. Don't want to deal with Bigman. Don't want to deal with Bigman. Sure. Okay, so let's make some cuts. I can probably easily cut the Wisp. I can cut... Disturbing Plot. Disturbing Plot is a good name. Want y'all to know and appreciate Disturbing Plot. Do I want another Smolder Initiative, or do I actually want a Scarscale Ritual? Let's grab a Scarscale Ritual so that I have access to it. I'm not going to play it straight. Ooh, give me that. Cut the Traitorous Roar. I'm going to keep the Wound Reflection, I think. It's funny. Lets you kill out of nowhere. How dependable is Winged Metal Scarecrow? How dependable is Lurebound? Lurebound is like okay. Do I want Cinderbones in the deck? Strip Bear? Oh boy. Yeah, there's a ton of cycles and a ton of reflections of cards from Lorwyn. A lot of reflections of cards from Lorwyn. You'll see that in the lands are probably the easiest place to show that off. Maybe like Cinderbones out and group creatures separately. I'm gonna keep that Elsewhere Flask. Basically, the Elsewhere Flask is for Corrupt and Isleback Spawn. Helm, maybe? I don't like that Helm doesn't give evasion. That's my least favorite part of it. The Hideaway Creature cycle is in this set. Hi, it's right here. Isleback Spawn is one of those. Isleback Spawn is the blue one, obviously. The blue Hideaway land cares about having 20 or less cards in your library and is played in some Doomsday combo decks in Legacy. Is also incredibly good and limited because 20 cards in deck is a very easy number to get to, which is why I'm playing the Isleback Spawn here, so I have another piece of top end. Just call it good. Like, the Helm is the only thing I'm like meh on. Yes. Isleback Spawn, you have the bird that gives lifelink to all your attackers. You have the dragon that when it comes into play, you discard the end and draw cards equal to the damage you've dealt in the turn. You have the 5/5 troll that becomes a 25/25 troll. And then you have the black one, which is, oh god, Hollow Henge Rat something. It's like people have to be empty-handed. The Hideaway, yeah. So the reason Hideaway, the text of Hideaway, the keyword, has to come into play tapped is because that would have taken too much room on the card. It's really weird. Yeah, Kavanaugh already beat me to it. Anyway, I'm gonna go like 3 islands. That's way too many, buddy. Oh boy, so Suggestatron in this world sucks. Just check this out. Looking at this deck, I know that I would go like 2 or 3 islands because of Isleback Spawn and Inkfathom Witch, and then like all swamps. This wants me to add a bunch of other junk. Anyway, between Scuttlemut and the Elsewhere Flask and the fact that this is 7 mana, like, I'm fine with 3 islands. I want more swamps so that I can use Corrupt more effectively. I can do that. Yeah. At a later time I can do that. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one. This is kind of how I like to draft the format. I am always a huge fan of going monocolor in the format because all these hybrid cards like fit in both colors, so why play both when you can just play one of them? So I don't know. It's so the fact that I have like the Isleback Spawn and Inkfathom Witch, I'm not the happiest about that, but they're both fine enough cards. Inkfathom Witch is dang powerful, so hell, I can. One of the cool things about Inkfathom Witch, so this is a nifty thing about the card. I'll hit submit. Each unblocked creature gets a base power and toughness of 4/1. So that's yours or your opponent's. So you can turn your opponent's attacking creatures into 4/1 creatures, which, if they're gigantic or something, that can downgrade them. That's great. But also, if they had persisted, they have a -1/-1 counter on them. They just immediately freaking die. They just explode. It's gone. So Inkfathom Witch serves double duty. Like, you know, if we put Torture on a creature, put it at a -1/-1 counter. You know. Our removal's really weak. We have, like, Gloomlance, Corrupt, Culbrand Cinder, Trip News, Torture. That's it. Yeah, Wound Reflection is nifty. I'm playing this card just specifically because it works pretty well with the Ghastlord. Like, Ghastlord can't be blocked. Great. But, like, the Wound Reflection allows me to, like, secretly kill my opponent when they didn't think that I had lethal. You know, I attack with Ghastlord and Tatterkite, and they let the Tatterkite through and go to 6, and then I just go, whoo, and they explode. So... But no, I'm not the hugest fan of this specific deck. I like mono black in the format, but I don't feel like we got the stuff that makes me like mono black in the format, which is that's a different thing. I've never tried Ogre, like, to figure out how it functions. I don't know if Lurebound Scarecrow is good in here. But sometimes Suggestatron doesn't distribute until you have 40. We've seen at least a half dozen times where it suggests a 39-card deck. That's my favorite, is when Suggestatron suggests you play an illegal deck. Like, that confusion usually happens when it has, like, a single white mana source or something like that. So Magic rules wise, is opponent related to whose turn it is, or the controller? Controller. Your opponent is the person who does not control the card. You know, it's the other person. Technically, opponent is defined by not you, but, you know, are you or your ally in a game that has allies. And then the creatures you control. Wow. Okay. Good news. I wouldn't have kept this if that was a swamp. So, that's good. Bad news. We're mulliganing the hell out of this. I'll keep. I'm not deciding that, but... I will keep that on top because I do need a third land to just cast Graveguild Duo. Okay, white. That's good. That means Gloomlance is online. However, is our opponent... Okay, good. Kithkin Shield there isn't the greatest. Okay, Lurebound Scarecrow. I can't play you next turn. Lands are colorless. Unlike Plains, which is green. Take the hit. I really hope they don't Spectre. Okay, just Scuttlemutt. So, Graveguild Duo, which we're going to see immediately with Scuttlemutt why Fear sucks in this format. Because not only can this block it, but it can change the color of creatures, so anything can block. If my opponent is scared, they can hold everything back and then just block this if it gains Fear. If my opponent has a 5-drop, they can... Alright. I guess that's the world we live in. All creatures have tap, gain 1 life. So the mentors, the mentor cycle is... This one's actually pretty much better than it looks. That's a free ability, and it makes for a very long game. Because, like, that shield there is just going to immediately gain life. 2 cards left in hand, though, so that's good. I do have the Suit Walkers, too, but Scuttlemutt exists. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, they're playing blue, which maybe means they picked up the... Okay, so that can be a 4-4. Scuttlemutt. Hey, Alback Spawn. How you doing? I'm going to play Suitwalkers. And then don't attack, because attacking would get me killed by like, anything getting pumped. Alright. I'm gonna have to start using Trip Noose. That's really what I'm after. Suitwalkers doesn't work here. Scuttlemutt exists. Don't fall for the trap. If Kithkin Rebel attacks, I would take the double block. Okay, I'm gonna play Lure Scarecrow so that I can use Trip Noose. Choose a color. Black. So no attacks, again, because he can change the color of something. Actually, and, well, not, okay. So, a bit of a complex interaction. He would change the color of the Kithkin Rabble to make it like green. It would lose a power and toughness, but then he could give it +2/+2 to block as a 4/4, which would allow it to beat me in combat. So there's no point in actually attacking. He can also counter Gloomlance's discard ability. I'm going to need to kill something. Probably the Resplendent Mentor next turn, to be honest. This is an annoyance. Now, if I attack with Lure-Bound Scarecrow after maybe, like, say, killing Resplendent Mentor, he could use Scuttlemutt to turn itself into a white creature, giving Kithkin Rebel +1/+1. Okay, never mind, Curse of Chains. Which also gives that +1/+1. I would still take the double block here, but I'm going to Trip Noose, because, you know, I want that tapped. Did he not tap that for a life in response? Always yield. Corrosive Mentor. Okay, that changes things considerably. Attacking now looks legitimate. I'm in. So all that stuff I said changes considerably when Wither is added to the equation, because the +2/+2 from Kithkin Shield there, that ain't enough. All the temporary buffs in the world cannot stop me now. So, I'm going to get on the front foot. He might have the Inquisitor's Snare, which was a pretty good trick. Now, he does have a trick available, and let's see if he uses the full power of his abilities to use this trick. I'd like to see it. There's a good block available. Now, check it out. Does our opponent see it? Yes, they do. Okay. So, check out how this is going to work. He should use Scuttlemutt to change the color of my Suitwalker so that it's no longer black. Scuttlemutt is the glue that holds this format together. It's so good. Anyway, I'm considering what I want to kill with this Gloomlance. Okay, he does notice now the you gain 1 life trigger. Jeez. Coldbrand Cinder. Alright. Very happy to see you. Yeah, always yield to that. I don't care. Killing Kithkin's shield there is nice, nice, nice. Okay. So now we've removed the +1/+1 aspect of things, or +2/+2 aspect of things. So I'm going to make the same attacks again and see what occurs. Not a Corrosive Mentor. I'm going to be taking a hit from the Kithkin Rabble, I suppose. But that's not that bad. I'm fine with a trade if that's what's happening here. Scuttlemud is way more important than my Grave Guild duo. If my opponent has another trick up their sleeves. Oh, alright. No, seriously, buddy. Scuttlemud's way more important than that. Like, trust me. You didn't need to do that. Curse of Chains is a very effective removal spell. What do we get here? Maybe something with Gloomlancing? Can't be blocked by black creatures. I think I found what I probably have to Gloomlance. Okay. Yep, tap target creature, tap change creature. There's Island 1. So let's get rid of this, and that'll also discard a card out of my opponent's hand. This needs to be gone because it's just unblockable. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I could get rid of the Mentor. Okay, they just are holding lands. Let's get damage in. Hopefully we draw an island. If you check out the deck sizes, we're at 25 and 26. Now, will my opponent make any attacks? Yes, Kithkin Rabble comes in for 3. I'm not going to block with Mentor, because Mentor is what's making my creature threats so real. Hey! Hello! Ghastlord is here. Yes. The Ghastlord. I'm all about the Ghastlord of Fugue. Also, we've got our opponent under the... Oh, wow! Huh. I forgot that they've changed that. It's... So, I'm... These cards used to summon the Litany, okay? I know that that was a change from like a year ago, but still, the Litany. I remember the Litany of how would you like to pay for this? Black, 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 blue, black, 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 blue, blue, black, black, blue, 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 black, blue, 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 blue. Like, oh shit! All right, there's that Mist Meadow Witch. Crap. Crap. Yeah, I was gonna say from like half a year ago. I'm aware it's been a while. Shit. So he has two options here. He can either blink my Ghastlord of Fugue to prevent it from dealing damage, or he can blink my Corrosive Mentor and then block one of the 3/3s. Looks like that's the route he's taking. I'm okay with this. Okay, opponent's been sandbagging lands. That's fine. And then I get back my Mentor. Yep. My opponent is playing incredibly well. Want you to all to be aware that every single chance that I've given them to make key plays to give them advantage, they've been taking advantage of, which is good. I at current still have this game. It's close. Any more board presence from them would tip the scales. The big problem is that any board presence that costs more than 3, like, they just can't do. Okay, tap creature. Sick a Ripper, that's good. you just crush on in. Is there any reason you didn't tap the Rebel pre-combat? Yeah. Specifically, I wanted that outcome to happen because I wanted it to connect with Ghastlord, and I didn't want the Rabble untapped because I want to tap it on this turn to get in next turn. I was willing to sacrifice the 3/3 effectively for that attack, is what I'm saying. Really hope they don't draw an island. That would be the worst, because then they would have double activation. Yeah, like, I didn't know what the card was in hand, and I wanted that gone. I wanted to remove all options from them to get back up. So, 2 cards in hand. Are they... God, again, this Mentor has basically gained them like 30 life over the course of the game. It kind of sucks that I had to hit it, but it was a necessary option, especially when I did choose to kill the Ravens Run Dragoon. I can get out of here. Again. Yep, you gain 1 life. The slow but inevitable march of progress. Okay. Let's continue the assault. Do they have the snare? Last breath, okay. That's fine. Very, very slowly I am dealing damage. Last Breath was not originally from this set. If I pull up the Last Breath. Last Breath's first printing was in Mercadian Masks. Here's the little... See? There you go. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, it was uncommon Mercadian Masks. Continue tapping the Kithkin Rabble. Okay, they've decided that this charade is over and that I have defeated them. Sideboarding, mono white, splashing blue for the 1 card. Helm is bad if they have the flicker. I don't like Trader's Roar. It's in your bones, maybe. Anything bad? Honestly, I don't think there's anything bad in my stuff here. Let's rock it back. I accept. The sand's quite good. Islebeck spawned with the Elsewhere Flask. Hey, Ghastlord, how you doing? Medicine Runner. Yep. Get down Ink Fathom Witch. I will not block. Hey, there it is. My name is Spectral Procession. Shit. So, it's kind of a funny story. Spectral Procession, when it was first spoiled, decent number of players heralded it as the worst in the cycle, which is kind of goddamn hilarious because it's by far like the best of the cycle. And of course, I figured once I used the Torture that the Mist Meadow Witch would show up. I need to be forward here. I can't even play Lure-Bound Scarecrow here. It's fine. I'll get Ghastlord down next turn, it'll be okay. He doesn't have white, or he doesn't have blue. Yes, that's fine. There's Scuttlemutt. And another Mist Meadow Witch. Good God. Alright. Whatever, Ghastlord's here. Now, funnily enough, I can't play Lure-Bound Scarecrow again because Scuttlemutt exists. Because he can just change Ghastlord from a black creature to a non-black creature. And also, yeah, also guess what else Scuttlemutt does? Taps for mana. I got bad news. I don't think anything's coming down. Mist Meadow Witch is the most powerful of that cycle. For so many reasons. Okay, Crystal Chains. Yep. So our opponent has my actual favorite deck of the format, which is mono white. I don't even think I want to show them the Isleback spawn. I might just want to concede here. Yeah, let's move along. I'm not going to show them the Isleback spawn. I could probably stall that game out a little longer, but I think I was likely dead that turn. I do not like the Lure-Bound Scarecrow against the guy who has that many flickers. F. Maybe. Okay, this is fine. Okay, safe old sentry. Hey, Ghastlord. Always happy to see you. Corrosive Mentor, which is really good against creatures like safe old sentry. There's Scuttlemutt, the most powerful thing in the universe. So let's get the Crowd of Cinders down, even though the Crowd of Cinders is bad here. Let's not get the Crowd of Cinders down. Crowd of Cinders could immediately die to that Scuttlemutt, because welcome to how Scuttlemutt functions. God! I can't overstress how powerful Scuttlemutt is as a card. Like, it is incredible. It's mana ramp, it's... yes, you know, there's Resplendent Mentor right off. Oh, wow, so Resplendent Mentor gives the ability, you know, tap for a life and then untap for toughness, you know? Anyway. Now, do you have Curse of Chains for the Ghastlord? Uh-oh. Okay, shield there. Do you have Inquisitor's Snare? Okay, last breath on the... Oh, you want to get that out of the hand? Yeah, sure, that's fine. that's a fair thing to do when I'm about to rip your hand apart. Because this is a choose and get rid of. Oh, okay, so you've got nothing left. Anyway, so that last breath right there, that specific card was the reason I did not play Crowd of Cinders on turn 4. Because if he had last breathed the Corrosive Mentor and then turned the color of Crowd of Cinders to red, he would have killed both of them for free. That's why I specifically did not make the play, and I'm glad that in the full of it, it worked out. So. Anyway, my current plan is just to continue hitting with Ghastlord of Feud. There's that land, and then, of course, no! Hell! We all knew that was the top card of their deck. Hell! Crap. Uh-huh. Whoo! That card is very powerful. I cannot say, I cannot stress how good that card is enough. Always yield, always yield, always yield. Yeah, basically, this flyer doesn't, like, function correctly as long as Scuttlemutt is around. Sometimes it just drops to the ground and nobody really knows why. Gloomlance off the top will need my opponent to not have 8 mana. The noose here is actually going to go after the Kithkin Shield there, because Safehold Sentry is obviously a trap. Like, this is a hyper trap to tap because it can just untap. The Kithkin Shield there at least will allow me to, like, attack with other creatures like Crowd of Cinders. The loss of my Corrosive Mentor is a bit sad. Obviously, they aren't going to be making attacks into 3/3/4/4/4/4. Like, that's just not possible. What was their top deck? Something real? This is like, I need to draw Gloomlance right now. That's not Gloomlance at all. Yikes! Uh, uh, um, well, at least, see, here's the best part. Safehold Sentry has an untap ability, so Trip Noose just fails to function on it. So my current removal just shrug. It's fake. Okay, I can't attack with the fear creature because this can turn into a black creature and kill it. I can't attack with the flying persist creature because that obviously just doesn't function. Yeah, so my opponent is demonstrating why I like a mono white in the format. Armored Ascension is the card that makes me love mono white. This card is unreasonable. So check this out. I'm going to tap your Safehold Sentry. It's 3 to untap. You had Scuttlemutt, 7 mana. Even drawing the land isn't relevant there. The land wasn't relevant, Kavanaugh. He had the mana for that anyway. It's 3 to untap and then 4 for this. But now he has Scuttlemutt available too, so, you know. It has to be Gloomlance too. Like, this is too much toughness for me to kill with anything else. Let's throw you in front of the... Also, every Plains they draw is another +1/+1. Like, now it's a 3-turn clock. Ooh. God, there's no way I can't make it work. Like, I can't attack with Crowd of Cinders because it just dies on the attack. I can attack with Ghastlord. It doesn't work. Like, it simply does not function. So... like, I attack with the Ghastlord, he just blinks the Ghastlord. I still need to use the Trip Noose. I'm using this as a surprise. Always yields in this matter, which is... That is another removal spell off the top. Alright. So there goes my best creature. Let's tap the Safehold Sentry. He'll untap the Safehold Sentry and drop the Mist Meadow Shields for 1 turn. Meaning that I have this moment to draw Gloomlance. Again, I need this in order to function. On the plus side, the or unless he just... okay, he doesn't attack this turn. That's fine. So the Gloomlance is fine even if the shields drop. Oh, yeah. There are about 4 ways Crowd of Cinders dies on the attack. Scuttlemutt blocking and getting +2/+2, this turning black and blocking and untapping for free. Like, my opponent's board state is very strong, and when they draw the Silkbind Fairy next turn, it's going to get even stronger. On the plus side, this Wing Rattle Scarecrow will have flying for the rest of the game, because this is not getting blinked in any circumstance. It might get its color changed, I suppose. I think I need to trump block with the Wing Rattle Scarecrow because he can... so he can... he's not killing this, like, but he can remove the flying. Because he can blink this and then remove blue from Ghastlord of Fugue. I should just play the Wound Reflection. think I'll just play the Wound Reflection, because it means that, like, maybe I top deck Corrupt. Yep. That's the top deck, alright. So, Corrupt doesn't do enough here on Safehold Sentry. If I can get him to drop Miss Meadow Shields, it would work, but my opponent's been very good about that, and my biggest threat that could get the Miss Meadow Shields to drop is gone. There's still a chance, of course, but we'll see what we can do. If I can corrupt Mist Meadow Witch, that'd be step one. If we can move from there, because yeah, he's going to remove like creatures I control again. He's going to keep doing that. What game's this? Game 3 of round 1. My opponent can gain so much life. Yep, untap. Let's chump block. Okay, can I get him to drop shields for Crowd of Cinders? Let's try it. If I can get him to drop shields for Crowd of Cinders, that'd be step 1 of winning the game. So okay, shields are dropped. Get the hell out of here. Okay, step 1. Mist Meadow Witch number 1 is dead. And they could just top deck their second, because they have to. But we've successfully killed a Mist Meadow Witch. That's step 1 to not losing this game. And yes, Burning Corrupt on that's pretty dang cool. I wish that would have been like a Cinder, the Cult Cinder dude. So that I could save that as like 10 points of burn to my opponent's face. But, you know. At least I still get my creature back. I still have a 5/5 Crowd of Cinders, which is at least a threatening thing. Continue tapping that Safehold Sentry. Not even worth it. Let's tap a Spirit Token instead. Do we have a way to kill Safehold Sentry? If I top deck Gloom Lance, that is the only card in my deck that could possibly do it. We're almost mono black, so no. I didn't know about the Armored Ascension until game 3. Otherwise, I would have boarded in turn to Mist in games 1 and 2. But we did not find out about it until this game, and I had already seen so many power uncommons, I did not make the assumption that my opponent also had an Armored Ascension. We've got 2 turns to live here, and what's their top deck? What was their... Okay, just 3/6 on the ground. That makes Crowd of Cinders blank again. That sucks. So I can't clock my opponent. Oh, I'm not clocking my opponent anyway. Torture. Alright. I'm just gonna torture this asshole to death. Alright. Alright. Okay. so Crowd of Cinders is a 6/6, but that's still not good enough. Nothing's ever good enough. Then he gets his extra point of life. Yep. There are a lot of triggers going on. My opponent's also been just as quick as I am on things. So I'm actually going to use Tatterkite to trump block a hit from Safehold Sentry, I think. Wither being Infect would not affect the outcome of this game. I can tell you that one with certainty. Now that would be powerful if we give Safehold Sentry Infect. Or, you know, Wither. I would take 9. I think I have to trump here, which sucks because this is like my only flyer. Yeah, I have to do this. No choice I have is good, by the way. At least my opponent's still only at like 20. Okay, it's not worth playing. Not when I have Torture. Crowd of Cinders still can't attack. And then Safehold Sentry gets +2/+2. Gain a life. Safehold Sentry gains +2/+2. Look at this cool combo. So this allows it to pump its toughness a lot. It's all very silly. The big issue here is that I actually have no answer to these spirit tokens, so they are going to kill me soon. There's no stopping that. Like, I don't actually have an out to those tokens. I'm still taking 5 in the air from this because of how many planes my opponent's been top decking. I don't know if I'll actually even get to torture this thing to death. I don't think I will. That's saddening. Well, Cult Brand Cinder would have been nice about 17 turns ago instead of the Corrupt, so that I would still have the Corrupt left. Yeah, I'm not going to get to torture this thing to death. Check this out. This freaking rules. So, this creature has 10 -1/-1 counters on it. And still lives because it's a freaking 11/11. Alright, so now I can show off also why my Crowd of Cinders attack is bad. So, because I'm going to die next turn, let's leave it to my opponent to show off why this attack is a bad choice. Alright, so old Gasbark changes color to black. And then Kithkin Shield Dare gives +2/+2. It's not enough to kill it because it's a 6/6. Now, if the Safehold Sentry were to die and Torture were to leave play, this would kill my creature. If he had a way to untap this, things like that, he would be able to kill my creature, but it stays alive here. It's just that the attack is bad because it means that my opponent can now crack back at me. Anyway, this This is my deck in the format, and I'm very happy to see it still running in the tables, because there's nothing you can do about decks that have like this sort of power in them. I'm very happy about the 11/11 Safehold Sentry kicking my ass. It's all very powerful. But yeah, Shadowmoor. Shadowmoor rules. But yeah, as far as like other answers in our deck, like we had our own Scuttlemutt, which we never really saw, which I don't think we had anything else of real value left over. This is to show this was the card we were looking for. Anyway, I can't leave. I'm stuck. Help. Help. See, funnily enough, in game 1 we saw that Scuttlemutt, like, so Gloomlance doesn't work as well when Scuttlemutt's in play because he can change the color of his own creatures. Scuttlemutt is the glue of this format and is so great. I love you, Scuttlemutt. I don't know why it doesn't let you leave there. Anyway, we did get the foil Ghastlord, and the Ghastlord did as much work as it could possibly have done in every game. I'm glad to have been there. Anyway, that's Shadowmoor for now. That's basically where we're at. I don't know what time. Well, like I could do another, but I want to do another. Nah, not right now. Perhaps. Anyway, I think that's going to be all for now. I just want to do the one draft. I want to show off the format once more. It becomes a little more interesting when you get the third set in there, the third pack. I mean, in there, the second set, Eventide. But it's still a really fun set. So, thanks all for joining. Hope you all enjoyed.